Alright, so today I'm going to show you how to install your extra eye long arm camera kit. First things first, we're going to open the box. Now the first thing we have is our bag of clips. Then we've got our cable. And last but not least, we have our camera. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to install our camera. I like to just slip this straight on from the front, just like that. And then next, we're going to put on our clips. Now, for the sake of the video, I've already installed these along here, just so it didn't take up too much of your time. The first one I put right here, simply to keep this cable organized. And I have another one right here. Then my third one is right here on the back. It's just above your power cord, about straight across from your on-off switch. My fourth one I like to put up at the top, close to the corner so that the cable nicely fits around that. My fifth one I put in the middle, keep the cable organized there. And then my sixth one is right up close to the plug. Now it's time to install the cable. First of all, I like to just unwind it. That way it's not all tangled up for this. And then I like to start with this end. We'll plug this in here. Right like that. And then you have a slot in your machine right here that I like to feed the cable right under. And then we come up this side. Now, because I have the power cable still plugged in, I'm pulling it up behind. If you unplug that, it might be a little easier. I'm going to clip it on our third clip, just right here. Then our fourth. Then we'll get the one in the middle. And then we're on our last clip. Now, when you get here, you're going to notice you have a lot of extra cable. That's because if you have a 20 or 24-inch machine, you're going to use up a lot more of this. But for 18-inch machines, you're going to use up a little less. So what I generally like to do is I'll get myself about 5-6 inches, something like that. And then I'll just fold the cable like this. And you can either use a twist tie or the Velcro strap that came with your cable. I'll just put it right around here to keep it organized. And then we'll just shove this right in underneath the screen. Now all that's left to do is plug in your cable and we're ready to focus it. Alright, now before we focus our camera, we do have some basic camera setup to do first. So as you can see, I am on my Pro Stitcher tablet and I'm just going to come down here to the bottom and pull up my taskbar. What we're going to do is we're going to click on the search icon, which is right here. I'm going to click on that and that'll bring up a search bar up there at the top. Now I'm going to come over and click on my keyboard icon just so I can type. And I'm going to type in camera, or however much you need to get the camera pulled up. CAM did it for me. I don't know what it'll do for you. Right here at the top, we have a couple options. The first one's open. The next one is pin to start. And the one we want is pin to taskbar. Now I'm going to click this. And as you can see, it just pinned my camera right down here in the taskbar. Easy for us to get. So when I come down to my taskbar, I will just click on my camera icon, and it will bring up your camera. Now, as you can see, this is facing you, or in this case, my camera. So I'm going to come up here and click this icon, and it's going to flip it to the other direction, which is facing your back wall. One more time, and this is the one you want. It is underneath your quilt. Now, as you can see, this is out of focus, so next will be focusing. For focusing your camera, I like to grab a credit card or gift card as the case may be, and we'll just lay it right here on the needle plate, just like that, and we'll try to focus the camera for the text on the back of your card, because if you can see that clearly, I'm sure you'll be able to see your stitches clearly. Now, if your camera's like mine, it will be slightly out of focus, so we're going to just turn this knob until it is in focus. Now, you may have to experiment on directions. Not all of them are you going to have to turn the same way, but experiment till you get as clear as you can. For me, this is looking pretty good. Now, I like to grab a scrap of fabric, and of course, if your machine's loaded on, or if you have a quilt loaded on the Longarm, I should say, you can just roll it over to that and check using your quilt. I'm not on a frame, so I'm going to use a scrap of fabric, and I like to just slide it right underneath the needle and get it so we can see a couple lines of stitching. And we'll just check our focus. You can see there we're focused pretty well. Sometimes I do find on thinner fabrics, it's better if you put your hand over the camera just to dim the lighting a little bit so the camera focuses better. On white fabrics, sometimes the light shine through too much, and you'll see, or the stitches won't be as clear. The other way to fix that is to turn down the lights on your machine, but I find this the easiest way. So now your camera's focused, you should be good to go.